Hey everybody, Sean Holsinger here from HolsingersFlyShop.com. Got a cool guest in the studio today. We had him on a podcast, now we got him here behind the vise. It's Mike Komara, a member of the youth team for the U.S. World Team. And he's going to show us one of his patterns that he used during the World Competition in the Czech Republic. What kind of pattern is it?
Yeah, so we're going to tie we call them Tag Nymphs. And it's really simple pattern. Takes just a couple seconds to tie, and it caught us a ton of fish over in the Czech Republic and catches a ton of ton of fish here too. So yeah, let's get to it.
All right, let's get into tying. And here you're going to see a picture of the fly and the material list to tie it.
So here we got a Holsinger's Fly Shop size 16 jig hook with a Nature's Spirit 3.3 millimeter tungsten bead, and we're gonna tie a Tag Nymph like I fished in the Czech Republic. So first thing is black thread, make a nice little flat kind of taper, and then Glo-Brite off the butt for the tag. So what I like to do with the Glo-Brite is fold it in half once. So you got two strands together. Tuck it up right at the butt. And then tie it in like that. So now your tag is 4 strands strong. And you got them tied in easier than if you're just going to tie 4 strands in. And I cut it really close. I just make a little tag like that, puff it out a little bit. So that's what your tag will look like when you got it tied in. And then, because I didn't put that Glo-Brite up the whole hook, got to come up and then come back. So you got another even body. Start at the bottom. And for the dubbing, I usually use Hen's 42, which is black, but here today we have the SLF Prism dubbing, black and blue. But they're very similar. The Hen's is a little bit bluish as well, so I like anything with a little bit of blue mixed in, darker bodies. But you can do any body color. So just wrap it up, make a nice little tapered body. And I don't use any rib on this fly. When I was tying them for the Czech Republic, I was trying to crank them out as fast as I could, so I ended up not doing a rib, making it just really simple. And it didn't seem to affect the way that they fished. Fish still liked it, so saves time, saves material. I just don't do it too much anymore. And then now C.D.C collar. Make a dubbing loop. And then I like to add just a little bit more dubbing before I put the C.D.C on. Kind of cover up that collar where you tied it in. Or I'm sorry, cover up that loop where you tied it in. Come back to the front. And I usually like to use natural CDC, but any will work. Anything with long fibers or long feathers, I guess. It doesn't need to float; just needs to look pretty. So we're gonna get that in. Twist it up a little bit, and I don't like it to be too heavy on the CDC because I think it affects the sink rate a little bit and just doesn't look very natural. So I'm just gonna do a pretty light one. So I wrap it around 1.5 to 2 times. And tie it off. Then just finish it up. Don't do that.
Don't do that, no.
Or you can half hitch it if you break the thread.
Good recovery.
And there you go. This is the same fly that we fish in Worlds in the Czech Republic, and caught a lot of fish for us. And now that I have confidence in it, I fish it here, and I've got a lot of fish on here too. It's one of my go-to flies now. So.
All right, thanks a lot for coming down today, Mike. That was a very, very simple fly. A couple points that I saw in it was just how small you tie it and how thin you tied it. You know, the longer I tie, the more everything has shrunk for me. But that's even more than I usually shrink. That tail is like super short, and the collar on it, the C.D.C. collar, that's one of the things that always kind of perplexes me, like how much to use. And so to see how few of the fibers you used was kind of neat and different to see.
Yeah, I like to tie all my flies pretty sparse. Nothing too big, too buggy, but it just works, you know. It's one of those flies that just catches fish even though it doesn't have too much going on with it.
Yeah, and it's a great color for me. I love darker flies. I seem to have, if you look at my fly box, it's full of dark colored flies. So
Yeah, me too. And you know, I never fished it before I went to the Czech Republic, and after I came back, I started trying, you know, these Tag Nymphs on the local streams, and had a lot more success than I expected. And it's been, you know, probably my go-to pattern since I came back. You know, I throw it on as soon as I get to the river, and usually don't take it off.
Good. Well, good. Well, thanks for coming on and sharing it with us. And listen to our podcast. We dive into, you know, the competition end of fishing, and you know what they did to win. Well, not to win, but to take second, to take silver at the Worlds in Czech Republic last season, which is the best finish we've had in quite a while for our youth team. And you know, we go into a little bit of what it takes to make a good fly and that kind of stuff, why we fish what we fish, and in different situations. So it's a really good podcast. You're going to enjoy it. Go over and find it on our page at bugsandbeardpodcast.com. And again, thanks for coming on, Mike.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. We'll be bringing you more guest tires like this in the near future, and hope you enjoy them. If you do, leave me a comment down below here, and like always, go to our website, holsingersflyshop.com, for any materials you need to tie it. Till next time, I'm Sean Holsinger.